Hey everybody, it's time for Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor.
Something that we missed on the show today, and I wanted to touch on, David Copperfield is denying sexual misconduct allegations made by 16 women in a new report. So when you have one woman, you go, but then when you're 16 file up, then you think, ooh.
Well, this has been going on for some time and he's always denied it, but The Guardian has put together a story. He's apparently contemplating legal action against The Guardian newspaper. The report includes allegations from 16 women, more than half of whom allege they were under 18 at the time. So some of these allegations have been made a long time ago, but they did interviews with more than 100 people and looked at court reports, police reports, and The Guardian is a reputable newspaper. So he's denied all of this. And they've said he's denied it then, he's denying it now. These are historical accusations that have come to nothing. So in 2018, David Copperfield was accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a 17-year-old. A claim that came hours after he called for people to not quickly judge others during the Me Too movement. So one of his alleged victims saw him make that claim and went, you know what, how about I step forward right now?
Okay, David.
And in 2007, he was also accused of sexual assault. Charges were never filed and the case was dropped. You don't know what's gone on behind the scenes there.
Yeah.
But here we are, 16 women, these allegations have dropped. David Copperfield, in case you don't know, is that famous big stage magician.
Yeah, he wears puffy shirts.
He used to go with Claudia Schiffer.
He went out with Claudia Schiffer.
Yeah, and a friend of mine was in Vegas and was called up on stage to be part of a show. And I don't want to say what it was because it's against the magician's code. So is drugging women, I think. But allegedly went against the magician's code for me to tell you what she had to do and what the trick was.
What was the trick?
It was a trick where she was up on stage and bam, the whole number of people up on stage all disappeared.
Right.
And then bam, reappeared.
And
here's the trick. It wasn't magic.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you what it was.
Okay, well, give me
I don't want to be that person who ruins things for people, unlike David Copperfield, allegedly.
It's ruined it. He wishes this had all disappeared.
Yeah, that's right.
Because have you ever been a volunteer in a magician show?
No. Someone once... Well, I often wonder about this, though, is that he's not... Is he a hypnotist?
No.
No.
No, he's just a magician.
How do hypnotists conduct their lives? Someone's tried to hypnotise me a couple of times, various hypnotists. I've never gone under.
No. Because you know why? You're too curious. I was told that once by Peter Powers.
Peter Powers?
Peter Powers. You know Peter Powers?
Yeah. He looked like the full magician with the mandrake beard, the whole thing.
Yeah, and I was also on a show called You're Back in the Room, which was hosted by Daryl Summers, one of my great shows that ended up on my show.
Your agent hypnotised you to go on.
He did. Anyway, I was talking to the other guy that was on that who wasn't Peter Powers, but they said the same thing because we work in this business. We are naturally inquisitive. We ask too many questions. My mind is always ticking over.
Yeah.
I tried to go under hypnosis, but Peter Powers said it's not going to happen because you're trying to go under. You have to have a non-inquisitive mind.
Well, I've been alongside people on a stage and I've watched them and he says, it's freezing, and I'm watching them shake and I go, are they making this up? But no, they were under. So I wonder, how do hypnotists conduct their personal lives if they have the power to do this to people?
Use their powers for good and not evil.
What if David really goes home and cuts a woman in half?
Yeah. Well,
what happens then?
Add that to his list of woes.
Yeah.
You know, you're molesting women and now you're chopping them in half.
I know. What's it going to be, David?
What are you? And you wear
Do you
those
think
horrible
this conversation will be tallied in court?
Well, I hope not. I remember once seeing a magician show, though, as a volunteer, and he was an escape artist. So he went behind a little curtain and the assistant. So then what they do is they get the assistant.
Don't ruin the secret.
I'm going to ruin the secret.
It's not right.
They wear the high-cut leotard and all that stuff because that takes your focus. It's all about distraction.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
So you didn't notice anything? You just looked at the leotard the whole time?
But I watched the guy and I was the one to check the padlocks to make sure the tape was on the padlock and I signed my name on the padlock. So anyway, the curtain comes up and I'm looking over the top of the curtain and the assistant's there and I'm looking over the top of the curtain and I clearly see the assistant hand him the key to the padlock and she rips the tape off and unlocks him. But I'm watching this. I'm part of the show.
So where do you supposedly think she is during that time?
She's there. She's standing. We're above the
Yeah,
the
and
curtain.
so, but what do people in the audience think?
Well, they don't see it. It's all sleight of hand. They're looking at the high-cut leotard.
But how do they not see her lean over
Because
and do that?
They don't see. All they see, she's very good at it, just very sleight of hand.
What if they had a fight one day and he had to go into an underwater tank and she hadn't unlocked him?
Well, I don't know. But at the time when the magician was out of the keys, he looked at me and went and gave a wink. And then I was in on the scam. And because I'm a showman, I just went along with it. And they said, Brendan, can you attest that this was your signature? Yes. Yes, it was. I was 12 years of age. I could have ruined the whole act there and then. And I was standing, there was a crowd of 1,000 people in front of me.
Where were you?
At Luna Park, just down here.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And I remember it so well.
And you had to sign a thing saying that it happened.
No, I didn't sign anything. I just signed the masking tape to indicate that the locks hadn't been tampered with, when indeed they had been tampered with. Maybe David Copperfield should have put that same tape over his assistants and not tampered with them. Allegedly.
Well, look, this story broke while we were on air today, so obviously be on the news tonight, and you'll hear him say, this is a quote from his people. David will be considering the position of his legal team. They said, the Guardian's characterisation is not who David is. He continues to support anyone who's experienced any form of abuse or discrimination. He's a loving blah, blah, meh, meh, meh.
Good on him.
That's what it says, meh, meh.
If only he can disappear in a poof.
If only. People would pay to see that.
Hey kids, that's it for today. That was Jonesy and Amanda's cutting room floor. Come back tomorrow for some more.